think I ever caught your name. I'm Dreglin.
And offer my hand.
Hand?
This is a hand, do you see? You have a wing, but I have a hand.
While this is going
No,
on,
B-Crew looks down at his hand and then looks up into your eyes and says,
Deeply.
pleasure.
Tarkos, seeing this, chuckles quietly to himself.
Well, you're a quite talkative person, I must say.
Is that what you say?
I guess.
We are the party
While
of
this-
social awkwardness.
while this awkwardness is going on, Hawk just moves quite a bit closer over to Tarkos and says, we should head in. We've got limited time as it is.
I agree with you, friend. Lead the way.
As he says that, he turns right. You two, we're going in. And he heads on forward to the gate.
Okay, Trecklon rushes to help Tom to cross the rest of the desert.
Thank you, young man.
B-Crew follows.
Alright, so you guys like weave your way, I'm guessing, between like the tents and the caravans, dodging people as you go, until eventually you get to the gate. You see, what is Nihilus doing?
He's right beside me at this point.
Alright,
No, it's hunting cows.
I'm
Well,
assuming there's a little bit of a wide berth. I'm assuming.
yes, you're getting some very odd looks and everyone is giving you at least a 5-foot radius and you hear murmurs.
It's the way he likes it, that's fine.
Murmurs traveling around the crowd. And like mothers are like holding children and like pulling them close. There are a couple people with swords and they're just kind of like resting their hand on their hilt, watching Nihilus very carefully. And as you get closer to the gate, a guard kind of like an armored man kind of like passively like glances over the group and then does a double take. And then you see him straighten up and he starts walking towards you. And you're about 15 feet out at this point.
Okay. Are we still like quite close quarters, or have we sort of just like the party is all almost like dispersed a little bit?
How are you guys walking?
B-Crew's not far behind at all. Depends how slow Tarmakos is.
Tengu. Sorry.
Yes.
And Trecklon is right next to Tom.
Alright, let's see. Alright, so the you see the guard approach and his left hand is kind of resting on the hilt of his sword, or rather the sheath, as he comes forward, and then he stops a little bit away and watches you. Do you guys do anything, or do you just continue doing your thing?
I'm just continuing.
Do you look at him? He tries to catch your eye.
No.
No? Alright, guard moves forward. And he says, Sir?
Sir!
I'm gonna have to ask you to put your celestial plane. I'm gonna have to ask you to put your celestial being away.
Thor.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir? But anyway, he moves towards you. Sir?
Okay, well, Hawk stops, gives a bit of a sigh because he's used to this sort of thing, looks up. Yes?
Is this thing yours?
He put...
I was going to say, Tarmakos steps forward and places a kind hand on the shoulder of the guard and attempts to placate him. Says, "This creature is nothing more than an aid for our friend here. I'm sure you can let him pass without any concern." So I'm trying to diplomacy on this one.
Alright, go ahead and roll diplomacy.
25.
Alright. The guard for a minute kind of tries to shrug his shoulder out from your hand, but as you speak, he kind of thinks about this for a moment and then looks back to your idol and says, Do you have any restraints for him?
At this point, Nihilus looks up to him and just says, "I will not hurt unless my master commands."
That isn't reassuring thing. Looks up.
Hawk rolls his eyes a bit and says, "I wouldn't have put it that way, my friend, but he will not do anything. He's under my restraint."
What kind of creature is he?
He's a celestial player. He's a celestial being. He's a summoned creature.
I'm gonna have to ask you to dismiss him.
He sighs. Just out of interest, actually, how easy is it to dismiss him?
Very easy. I'm pretty sure it is a standard action for you, I think. Yep, standard action to dismiss your Eidolon.
Okay. Out of interest, what happens when he does? Is he just sort of like small light fade and? I'm just interested.
Yeah. In the same manner that he appears, he is dismissed. There's a shimmer.
Before Hawk dismisses him, can Tom offer some rope to maybe as a show bind the Eidolon's mouth shut?
Do I see you starting to do this?
I don't start to do it. I suggest it.
All right.
You can suggest it if that's what you're asking.
Right. Can I dismiss him with a simple click or something, or just something simple like that? Or
yeah. It's very simple. It takes 6 seconds.
Right. Okay. Well, I look over and look down at Nihilus. And did you suggest that, by the way?
Yeah. So Tom's like, I'm sure our party would benefit from your friend's presence here. Perhaps I can do a quick, simple, and above all, visible muzzle for your friend.
As he says that, he looks over to Tarmakos and says, how would you feel with a constraint? He is my companion, he is not a pet. And as he says that, he turns over. It's a simple procedure, as annoying as it is, and he looks over at the guard. He just clicks his fingers and he disappears.
The guard kind of gives you a once-over, grunts, and says, "Do you have anything else to declare?"
I could, but there are women and children around. Continues to walk forwards.
The guard lets you pass, but you see him watching you very, very carefully as you make
through the X-ray machine.
Beep beep.
Just find a bunch of Glocks. He just has a bunch of Glocks and P90s underneath his.
Dracnant just smirks at the guard while he passes.
As Tarmakos walks away, he smiles warmly at the guard and thanks him sincerely.
Just make sure he doesn't resummon it.
Good luck.
I'll certainly do as much as I'm able.
The guard says, and then he makes his way back to the gate. Looks to be discussing something with another Dharma man. But you are not stopped.
Before we move on, Tom shuffles over to Hawk and the Eidolon and says, I apologize. Oh, sorry, of course, yeah. I apologize, Hawk. I meant no disrespect. I was simply trying to find a middle ground.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm used to this sort of behavior.
I see.
Just remember, he is a companion, not a pet.
I didn't mean to treat him as such. I just felt to treat him as the guard expected him to be treated.
Well, the guard is full of ignorance, my friend. Actually, sorry. I'm so used to saying my friend from Ignitus. Sorry, he doesn't say that.
That may be true, but it's ignorance with a sword.
And no, this is not ignorance with a mouth full of sharp teeth.
Only one of him. Let's press on.
Alright. So you guys aren't stopped. The hairs on the back of your neck kind of prickle, and if you glance back, you see that the guard that had a chat with you and the one he's currently talking to are watching you guys disappear underneath the wall and then emerge on the other side. Woo! And you find yourself in the city of Lamisara. Almost immediately upon breaching the side of the wall, you're like bombarded with music. There's probably at least 10, maybe 15 different bards in different places, it sounds like, playing a different song. There's
Is it well banging? Or is it?
Some of them, yes. Other ones, not so much. You're not quite sure why they're playing, but people seem to be enjoying them or ignoring them. There's movement pretty much all around. There are stalls set up. There are rugs set up. There are a ton of different wares. You see through the crowd, you see a couple of trees emerge out of the midst, the giant mass of people. There are a couple of colorful tents. There are some strings of lights kind of hanging around between the wall and between some very high stakes and the trees. A couple people like randomly dance past you. Just imagine Mardi Gras, but like with twice as many people. As you emerge, you see buildings to your left.
How many guards are
everywhere.
about?
How many guards are about? Make a perception check.
Okay. Doing a lot of percepting.
Yeah. Can I roll a perception as well to see if I can know just like the nearest place to just like sleep, like in town, whatever it is.
All right. So you're looking for like an inn?
Yeah, I'm looking for anywhere like an inn or somewhere we can just get in and sleep and just get out of this.
Ah, there's a quick zoom slider on the right.
Yeah, they added that recently. I forgot
That's
about
awesome.
that.
I like it.
All right, B-Crew, you see sprinkled throughout the crowd at almost impromptu intersections of carts and such, and near the trees in the middle and along the walls, and just dispersed throughout the crowd, you see a number of other armored people that seem to be wearing the same uniform as the guards. So you suspect that they share the same occupation. Hawk, you see buildings to your right, and then walls in the distance with spired towers at each of the corners, but you do not see anything that would signify an inn. But then again, you don't see anything that could really signify much other than shops to your right. There are very vibrant and colorful signs in various different languages, most of them common. One of them is in a language that you do not understand, and an alphabet you do not recognize. Advertising for what appear to be like sweets and carpets and hats and masks and other hats and more carpets. Store. They seem to be very, very decorative kind of items around here.
Require a hatted carpet.
Nihilus isn't around, so he can't make cake.
No, oh yeah, of course, yeah. And even if he was, he couldn't see over everyone anyway.
Yeah. So what do you do with this giant mass of people in front of you?
Hog looks over to puts his hand on Tamika's shoulder and I'm not used to this. I'm not used to crowds. We need to find somewhere. We need to get out of it. We need to find somewhere to hold up.
For the first time in a long time, I'm not actually feeling tired. I want to find a lead for this elixir.
I'm not thinking of somewhere to sleep. I'm thinking more of a central location for us.
I see.
Could B-Crew maybe use his knowledge local to try and discern somewhere that would be best to head for an inn.
All right, go ahead and make a knowledge local check.
Okay.
Can I do that as well, actually, while I'm here? Since I can't see it, can I just try and figure it out, or...?
Sure. Knowledge local.
20.
20.
My rolls, jeez.
Hawk, you have a feeling that, that it'll probably be in a more central location of town. This feels more like,
Trade
judging
district.
from, yeah, a sort of trade district, or at least like entertainment or something like that. You have a feeling that an inn probably would not be in this part of town. But you remember seeing when you're entering that there were buildings on the other side of the walls, so maybe something away from the crowd would be a better bet.
Okay.
B crew, pretty much the same thing. What's telling you, like in your head, your street senses are telling you that this is probably not where you're gonna find an inn
Okay.
in this area.
With that knowledge, then, just after I say what I said to Tamakas, I finish off with, it's probably more centralized. This seems more like a trade area. With that, he pushes forward and beckons everyone. There's more likely a place we can go here. If we can have a central location, then if we ever get lost in this place, we can find it again.
Does anyone respond?
B crew just follows. The others don't follow. He sort of nudges past them.
Tracklon, Tracklon goes where Tharmicus goes.
Tamakas does an awkward shrug and follows everybody else.
Alright. So everyone can move. Everyone has the ability to move the icon. I was moving it previously, but where do you guys head? I suppose Hawk is in the front at this
I'm
point.
gonna
So
head
where
to
do you...
whatever.
Out. Okay, bye.
Let's get out. I hate this place.
I'm gonna head to whatever the closest however, to the center, from what I can perceive to be the center anyway.
All right. Can you move your party icon down the
P.
streets that you take?
Oh right, yeah, okay. So we were here, so probably gonna head down this way maybe.
All right. When you get to maybe around here-ish.
Mugged.
No. In fact, the opposite. You hear this very young voice behind you scream, Mr.
Slipping
Giant
money
Tamer!
into our pocket.
Mr. Giant Tamer! Wait! Where are you going? Stop! Please! I want to talk! Please! Please! What do you do?
What? How is he tug, or he or she? I don't know.
Where's the voice coming from?
Yeah,
From behind you.
Is it behind me, tugging on my robes, or?
It's down the street a bit, but you hear
Which
this
street?
very the street that you just came down. So I was guessing that you went this way and then this way. Is that correct, or am I wrong?
No, that is correct. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you hear this very young female voice behind you, kind of squeal after you. Wait, please! Where are you going?
Okay.
Stop!
He stops and turns, and looks over to everyone else, and is sort of a bit puzzled because he's not used to attention, especially from children. He's just sort of confused and looking around for what.
All right, as you pause, puzzled, she manages to catch up to you. Kind of out of breath, she gives you this really toothy grin. She's missing like 2 front teeth.
B-crew pushes her over and shouts, "One!"
I got this one.
Quick, take what she's got.
You guys are so mean.
B-crew is mean. I'm lovely.
You're in a city setting. It's like everyone's having a great time.
Hawk does one of
This
those
like kid
Warhammer
runs up
stomps.
to you and is like, "Oh, you're a dragon tamer!" And they just like sock her in the face and run.
Sock her in the face. I shove her over.
Okay, what do you actually do?
Jeez. I sort of walk up. I've not broken stride, so I've sort of gone up to Hawk. I've sort of tried to nudge him to keep going. But if he's standing still, then I stand, take a step back and look at what happens.
Well,
Alright.
he's not used to his attention, but he kind of likes it because he's never had like anyone sort of pay any attention to him really. So he kneels.
Aww.
So he
Rekland just smiles at the sight.
he kneels down and says, "Yes, child."
I saw you with the dragon, right? Was it yours? And she has like she has like olive skin, like her face is flushed from running after you. She has long black hair pulled back behind her head and a tail, like a bright green ribbon. She's wearing like really bright aqua and green clothes, really flowy, and she's just like grinning up at you, and her face is just like radiating happiness.
Can I sense motive this very suspicious happening?
Yes, you may. I'm not going to stop you.
While he does that, can I do a quick perception or can I just look around me and see, like, you know, is this a busy street or is this like an alleyway sort of thing, or?
Yeah, you can look around.
So okay. 11.
11. This seems to be, it's not the busiest street. There's like one or two people passing you, but definitely not as crowded as the street that you just left going this way, or the street behind you going this way. Meanwhile, B crew, you're a bit surprised that a girl of her age would be like completely enamored with the monstrous being thing that looked like it would just eat someone as much as look at it outside
Yeah,
the
kids are
gate.
stupid.
All right.
Okay. But does she seem earnest, or does anything seem put on?
Nothing comes to mind.
Hmm.
She just seems like super excited. She's like bouncing around on her heels. Like her eyes pretty much take up half of her face and their smile the other half.
Okay. Well, nonetheless, I'd like to sort of work my back against a wall, sort of perch and watch the crowd and be aware of everyone around me.
All right. Well, she's like bouncing in front of Hawk. She's like, "Is it yours? Was it a dragon?"
Hawk stands up and looks over to Tamakos because he's the only person he's really spent any time with, and just sort of gives him a look of like, I don't know what. We really don't want to draw attention to ourselves.
Tamakos smiles and does his old man chuckle that he does quite often now, and slowly and painfully. No, I'm not right now.
Okay.
Slowly and painfully kneels down and beckons the little girl over and says, "Yes, you must keep this very quiet. But our friend here is a dragon tamer of the highest order. We're here to do some fantastical shows for all the boys and girls." And you're very astute for seeing us, young lady.
Hawk is just like, what? What? You mustn't tell anybody because the guards don't like his dragons.
Why not? That's mean.
Tamakos winks at the little girl and says, "Because they're scared of them."
Well, that's not very brave of them, because they have armor, and their armor can stop anything. Except for a dragon, I guess.
I love
Where did you...
I love how you gone into daddy mode.
Where did you find him? Did you find an egg? And then he hatched. And then is he yours? What's his name?
How do you know so much about dragons, young lady?
Cause I saw a dragon once.
Ah.
Yeah.
Tomikos sort of glances at Hawk.
He's sort of getting a hold of getting an idea of what he's like. He's like, yeah.
Where did you see this dragon?
It was up. It was flying over. And it was really big, but it was also really high. And it was a long time ago. But I saw it, and no one believes me.
Well,
but then I saw another
sure.
one. I saw your dragon. Where did you find it?
Perhaps they are related, Hawk.
He just chuckles. Maybe, but he's also hearing of that. He's pondering a little bit as well, and just turns over to the little girl and says, "Well, maybe you can see him later." But and he looks over to Tomikos, but we've really got to go.
Yes, our friend speaks the truth, young lady. Now, if you promise to keep our little secret until after the show, I have a shiny silver piece for you to go buy yourself some sweets.
Silver piece? Really? But where's the
Yes,
show?
but only if you promise to keep the secret.
I don't want to see the dragon.
You can get sweets and see the dragon.
But I want to see it now. Can I see it? Kenny, where did it go? Did you eat it?
Tomikos just looks questioningly at Hawk. Yes, where did it go?
He's stroking. He's like put his hand like the back of his head. He's just trying to think of how to explain like another plane, another world. He's just. He's losing it at the moment. He has no idea what the balls he's supposed to do.
But
Tell you what, young lady, would you rather earn a gold piece rather than a silver piece?
She just collapses.
What?
Well,
Really?
of course you've still got to keep our secret.
Okay.
We also are looking for the nearest inn. Can you point us in that direction, or even better, take us there? And maybe young Hawk here will be able to show you his dragon. God,
Really?
that sounds terrible.
Can I have one?
Can she have a dragon, Hawk?
You're welcome, internet.
Oh god.
Anyway. What did you say to me? What did you say to Hawk, sorry?
She says, she wants to know if she can have a dragon, and Tom says, can she have a dragon, Hawk?
Oh god, I just...
Can
God,
people?
if we can find... if we
Never
can,
I don't know.
well, if I want to be completely honest, I was planning... oh no. Anyway, I say this sounds terrible. I was planning to bring him out again anyway.
Really?
Yes.
Can I pet him?
He says, well, you're...
Brought that on yourself, Hawk.
What? I'm not the child that
I'm
ran
not
up to
taking
me. I'm not the DM.
responsibility for how that sounded.
So what you're saying is every other child that approaches me next time, I should just shoo away.
I'm so sorry, everybody.
Princess, sit this one out.
Sometimes we are acceptable human beings.
No, we're not.
This is not one of those times.
This is not one.
Very rarely. He says he's about to say you should ask you can ask him, but he's like, oh god, I can't tell him that she speaks. Like, I can't tell her that he speaks. That's just, oh god. Sure, but we can't do it here. There's too many people.
Okay. Okay.
Amazing.
But okay.
Right, can you show us to the inn?
Which one?
Any.
Any inn? Well. She kind of stands there for a minute. Her like arms limp at her side for a minute, like kind of staring off into the distance as like the cogs kind of like tick in her brain for a minute. Then she's like, "Well, important people, they go to the palace. They like stay over there."
Where's she pointing?
She isn't pointing.
Oh.
But like, if does she know about the dragon? She kind of stage whispers. Does she know about the dragon?
She?
The queen!
It looks over to Tabakos. It's just...
Cause I bet she would make you a guard if she knew you were a dragon.
He's just like... you can tell he's very uncomfortable. He has no idea how this situation is supposed to go.
Can I roll knowledge history so I can tell whether or not the queen how the I guess queendom works in this sense?
Yeah.
You know, is she well liked, etc. That's all.
Go for it.
Was she a massive person?
History. 14.
14? Alright.
Mhm.
You know that the queen that she is probably referring to is the queen of the city-state of Lamasara. Her name is Queen Zamir. You don't really know how well she's liked, but she is well known for being very diplomatic, and she tends to be the voice of Thuvia.
What's the city-state, sorry?
Lamasara, the same as the city that you are in.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be
I'm
strange
not
if
making the same mistakes I have made before. I'm writing this down.
I hope you're adding it to the wiki.
Yeah, directly. Full formatting as well.
Meanwhile, this all is happening. Beckman would like to see if there is any food places around. He's starting to get a little bit.
Alright, make a perception check.
I love how this really weird situation is going on, and you're just like, bread.
It's only weird for you.
10.
I would like them bread.
Alright.
Yeah.
You can smell food coming from every direction. There's food everywhere.
Oh
You can't
God, I'm
see-
so hungry, but where should I go? Tamikos, help me!
Wow.
You alright?
He's dealing with a small child. He's going to have to deal with another one in a second. Just go wherever it smells nicest.
Babysitter time, cause you know he's the only one who cares. You alright?
I'm just trying to think what I say to that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's just Big Bang outside. Don't know what it was.
Fireworks!
It was me!
Maybe it was
Knocking on your door.
maybe it was for belated Freedom Day.
I don't think we have Freedom Day.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think we
have
even.
history.
I saw.
We
I
don't-
saw
we
a
don't even
picture-
have a
I saw
monarchy day,
picture
do
of
we?
someone pouring tea into
Queen
in
Day.
London into the water. Anyway,
The
you
opposite of freedom is monarchy.
Dictator Day. It's every day. Surprise.
Arbitrary
you see,
position day.
you smell food coming from every direction. There's a. You remember seeing like a sweet store as you were walking through, but you didn't see anything like substantial food, like turkey legs or something. You didn't see anything like that as you were passing through. But you smell something and it smells delicious and it's coming from everywhere.
Follow
Meanwhile-
your nose. Oh. Oh.
Follow your nose.
God damn it!
Just like chase your tail. No, the kid in front of you kind of bounces a bit, and she's like, but did you tell the queen you were coming? Did you ride in on your dragon? Did she see you?
He just said, we're getting off topic here. No, we don't know. No, where's the nearest inn?
The nearest one is that way, and she points this way, and then she says, but my dad says you're not supposed to go there.
Why?
Because the gods don't like that place. And then she points.
Wait, did you say god? Wait, hang on. Hang
The
on.
gods don't like that place.
The gods or the guards?
I thought she said gods.
I want to clarify because there's a big difference. Well,
Oh?
which did she say?
Okay.
Great. Which did she say? Guards or gods?
She said gods.
Okay. Well, with that, he's just like, okay.
Or you can go this way. I mean, there's like inns everywhere. Like some people just like let people sleep in their house. But they're probably and they probably don't like dragons. But there's one this way, and then she points towards the gate that you were heading in toward.
Take us to where we were going.
Do you want me to show you? Cause I don't have to go home for a long time.
He's,
Ever see the
only if you want to earn this gold coin, young lady.
Okay, go. Let's go. And then she kind of really bounces up, and then she hurries past you, and she guides you this direction. Do you follow her?
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
All right. She guides you through this gate. There's guard on either side, but they don't pay you much mind, and you're able to pass through very easily. This one seems to be more larger, more substantial buildings than the part that you were just in. There don't seem to be as many like festival like shops, if that makes sense. It's more necessity kind of things. Like there's a bakery, there's a tailor kind of thing, whereas the previous one was like t-shirts with I Heart Lamisara on it or something. You're in like the more substantial kind of district, and in the middle in front of you see that there's a fountain of some sort with a woman posed holding a pot that's pouring out water into the basin below, and she kind of hurriedly walks, and then she stops and she looks back at Tarm to make sure that he's still moving, and then she goes forward again, and then she stops and she looks back just to make sure everyone's following.
Is he still alive?
Reklam is still trying to sniff
better
if,
last until
there
we
is any
get to
food
the inn.
close to him.
And then so she sorry?
I'm still trying to sniff if I see any food stands close to me.
Okay. On your right, literally right now, there is a bakery. Right here. There are it's still a stone building, but there is a glassed window, and inside you see a display that has a bunch of different pastries and twisted breads.
Ooh.
And
Is there any ham field?
any ham field.
Field ham.
A
yeah.
field of ham.
What's a ham
Or
sandwich?
chicken.
There don't appear to be any meats in there. It looks to be more breads. But you do smell grilled meat coming from somewhere in this general direction. But meanwhile, the kid in front of you is like, she doesn't care.
Are there any
She's like,
sweetmeats?
Sweetmeats? I am unfamiliar with that term, I'll be honest.
It's like brains and.
Oh.
What? Oh, what?
Isn't it?
No.
No?
Never mind.
What is it? What are example? Yeah, give me examples. I don't know what that is.
It's like sugary things.
Oh, like some kind of marinade.
Oh, I was thinking like some sort of like ham that's like coated in sugar or something, and I was like, no, you remember vaguely seeing one back in the other district, actually like 2 or 3 of them, but you do not see one here, at least from where you are.
Okay.
I was thinking of sweetbreads.
Well, there's the bakery.
I was thinking like honey glazed ham or something.
No, sweetbreads is brains.
Oh.
Full.
Oh,
Not to be confused with sweetbread.
Yeah.
Okay.
ugh.
So she's booking it, stopping like 10 paces ahead of you and looking back and then going and stopping. And eventually she brings you to the center. She goes around the fountain, and then she takes a sharp right. She goes inside, and then she stops and goes, ta-da! Gestures widely to a building in front of you.
Right, look up. Is it
this
actually an
one?
inn?
Or is it a brothel?
Oh god, I hope not.
I am scared.
I'm
actually
assuming
scared
that's
this.
where that the God's hate place is. But
Yeah.
No,
is
the
it-
God's Hate place was back up where we were.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's
Oh.
probably a brothel.
Yeah.
This one appears to be more inn-like than the other buildings that you've seen. There is like a carving of a horse of some sort with like a couple of legs at odd angles, and there's like a music note or 2 on either side. And then she turns around to you and she goes, "The prancing pony!" Jazz hands.
Hog just sort of face palms and just looks around at Tom
Yeah.
and everyone else. Just
And it's hidden from the road, so the other evil dragon tamers don't see you.
can we look around? Can I look around? Are there like still a lot of people around, or
Wow.
Where you are, there don't appear to be many people. There are any people down
Any
this
people?
road. On the main roads that you were on before, there are people going back and forth. Not nearly as crowded as the other district, but definitely a good flow of people.
Well, he still thinks, well, there still could be people in the buildings, but he sort of stops for a moment and thinks, and starts to think, as much as he looks over at everyone else, is just, as much as I don't really care what the guards think here, and I was going to summon him again anyway. If I'm no fool, if they can see Nihilus being gentle with someone, then it might make our visit easier.
She kind of bounces on her heels, just standing.
Tom kind of shrugs. He doesn't really think Nihilus is dangerous. He doesn't.
Yeah. He just says, well, you know what, fine. And then he starts to summon him then.
Trekland would go to, how do I mark it? Here to see if someone is coming, so
Alright.
it's safe to summon.
Whilst Hawk is summoning, Tom Costa turns to look on and says, "You mentioned other dragon tamers, young lady."
Yeah. Cause not all dragons are good, right? So,
That is true, but have you seen any other dragon tamers? That's okay then.
Are they... Have you seen other dragon tamers? Are you a dragon tamer too? She kind of like edges forward. And then she looks up at Beaker for a moment and then she says, "Is he a dragon?" And then she goes over to Beaker, "Are you a dragon?"
No.
Because I heard that some dragons, they can look like not dragons. Are you a dragon? I can
No.
keep a secret.
It's
I
okay,
can't keep.
Bikru.
I
it's
can't
okay.
keep Biku's straight face.
It's okay, friend. You can tell her. This is so.
Is he a dragon? She looks back to Tarm and is still like stage whispering.
Tom winks and sort of taps the side of his nose.
Can you fly?
Well,
Biku's too busy plotting revenge to think of something to reply immediately.
Can I see your, and then she makes to like grab your hand, or your wing, I guess. And she tries to like see if it's like feathered, and if it's like substantial enough. She like tries to pull back the sleeve. Do you pull back your hand?
God damn you, Tamikos. Yeah, Bikru pulls his arms back, not too like suddenly or drastically, and says, "I'm sorry to disappoint you."
She slowly tilts her head to see if you have a tail.
young lady, I think you might have forgotten something.
Huh? She turns around.
And Tom's holding the gold coin that he promised her.
She like pounces on it. She holds it close to her chest and she looks at it. She's like, really?
I try not to lie. My age, it's very hard to keep track.
Thank you. And then you see her like plop it into a pocket of her really flowy blouse. And then she looks to Hawk expectantly.
I'm assuming I still murmuring and...
Summon the dragon, bitch!
At this point, it's probably Nyla's time.
It just appears with an audible...
She like runs over to Nyla. She's like tripping over herself. And then she drops to a knee and like looks Nihilus in the eye and she's like, "It's a dragon."
No, this is just sort of looks down and then just looks up at Hawk. I just look down and just telepathically just like, don't eat her, please. Just.
Oh dear God, don't.
I'm just saying this in my head to her. Just let her.
You saying it?
No, I'm just saying it in my head. I'm looking down at him and just like gesturing, just like, don't eat her. Just look, just humor her for a while. She helped us. Just humor her.
Pat.
I imagine Hawk saying it over and over in his head, like, don't eat him, don't eat, don't eat, don't eat, don't eat, don't eat. Just over and over again. No, it's just says back. Well, it doesn't say the it's just. And he just looks over at Hawk and just says,
"Sense to urge to eat rising, rising."
She slowly pats him on the head once and then pulls back her hand and goes, "No, wait." Then she slowly reaches forward and tries to offer the back of her hand like you would with a dog.
No, this is
Does he bite?
No, this just says to Hawk anyway. It's like, this is not what I'm. This is not.
This is not what I signed up for.
It's just like this is not what we agreed on. It's just like I know. Just humor her, and he just sort of looks over her confused, and Hawk just like I don't know, lick her hand. They're both just as confused, so he does that anyway.
He licked me.
Why is she moving her hand to her mouth? That's really unhygienic.
She's like clutching her hand to her chest. She's like, never gonna push his hand again. No, she doesn't.
He licked my hand!
No, let's just...
It's like staring at him.
Now I'm a dragon!
And then she takes the lick as kind of a signal, and she like throws herself around Nihilus's neck.
Oh.
And she like hugs him, and then she looks up at Tarim, and she's like, "Do you have a dragon?"
My dragon's being very grumpy at the moment. And Tom looks over at B-Crew.
B-Crew's not there.
Oh,
Unless you can see him, in which case you can.
Draclon is still keeping a watch and has no idea what the hell is going on in the background.
She's like hanging off of his neck, and then she looks to Hawk, and she's like, "Does he fly?"
It's just no. He no. He tries to think of something. He's just like no. And Nihilus just looks over to him and it's basically just like, you owe me. You owe me big.
can I eat her now?
I want meat.
Does your dragon fly? She looks at Tarm.
Has B-Crew left?
You did not see how Biku left.
No, but he has. He's not there.
You can make a perception check to see if you saw where Biku went.
No, without a perception check, he's gone, is what I mean. Like, has he gone away, is my question.
You do not see him, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So Tom is sort of like, he looks up to look at B-Crew and he's not there, and he says, "Oh, it seems we're down one. Oh, perhaps young lady, it's time you let Hawk and his amazing dragon practice their routine after we book into the inn."
Can I watch? I want to watch. Please.
You wouldn't want to spoil the show for yourself, would you?
When's the show?
We don't know yet. We need to talk to the guards.
I can keep a secret. I'll forget.
You've already got a pretty big secret to keep.
But
Nihilus,
Papa!
I
was a dragon!
he just hears Nihilus in his mind. He says, what is this she speaks of? I will not perform for a child.
At this point,
It's just like,
Draclon is...
This can I?
Draclon comes back at this point and walks past the dragon and Kid and says to Kid, "I think you have seen already enough, child. Many doesn't get to see this kind of stuff. Be lucky. Be happy about your what you have seen."
But I haven't seen him perform. What does he do?
Hawk takes this opportunity to have a little bit of fun with Nihilus. It just says to the child, I'm sorry, his mummy's calling. He's gotta go. I'm sorry, and he clicks his fingers.
She's like fallen to her knees on the ground because she was like putting a lot more weight on Nihilus than she realized, and she like kind of kneels on the floor with like her trousers like getting dirty now, and she's sitting there and she's like, was the other dragon his mom? Does he have sister? 'Cause I have a sister.
At this point,
Draclon gives a hand to the child to raise her up and says, "I have no idea what dragon you are talking about."
His dragon.
Draclon is just